Alright folks, so we are juicing. I'm going to show you guys my process. Got my cutting board here, my peeler for the ginger, cutting knife, and the mix this week is navel oranges, fresh ginger. I'm going to use most of it. I like mine a little with a little bit of ginger kick, a fresh pineapple, and I've got the gloves on because when it comes to juicing it can get a little bit sticky, so got those prepped and ready to go. Alright, so let's go ahead and prep the pineapple. I'm going to go ahead and chop the head off first. And then I'm going to go ahead and cut off the bottom, I think like most people would. And then I'm going to work around the edges and get as much of the brown off as I can while at the same time preserving as much pineapple as I can, like how you see here. And as I'm cutting the pineapple and the other fruit, I want to be cognizant of making sure I cut the pieces small enough or the right size, so that way when I'm plugging in the fruit into the juicer, I'm not having to just stuff it in there. I want it to go in easily. That way it can juice well, and then I'm not having to apply too much pressure to force it to be cut up, if that makes sense. For the oranges, I like to cut them into fourths. I'm going to use about 4 oranges total for this particular batch, but I'll cut the tops and bottoms and cut them into fourths as you see it here. And then what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to remove the meat of the orange from the rind and not put the rind itself actually into the juicer, so that way it's just the meat. Again, that way I don't just cause any issues with the blade and keep it as simple as possible for the juicer. Alright, now time to go ahead and get this ginger peeled and cut. And this is exactly what I want it to look like here. Alright, so let's go ahead and get to juicing. So no rhyme or reason behind my method, but I do like to use the pineapple first in my mind. The pineapple is the bulk of the juice because it is the majority of the fruit. So I want to get the base set first, followed by the oranges, and then followed by the ginger. Now I do have a mason jar that's located near me, so that way once the juice starts to fill up in this container here, I can then transfer the juice to the mason jar to combine all of the juices, stir, and then get ready to pour into the juice shots for me to go ahead and then house in the refrigerator. And bada boom, bada bing, there we have it. I appreciate you guys checking out the video. Like, comment, and subscribe.